Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you're sitting at the Couples Table.
The Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this channel. Join us for better or worse.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In the new year.
Happy 2025. Quarter century.
Old acquaintance.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, it's been a few weeks since we've done a stream.
I know.
Holidays and business things, I guess. Life things happened. Now it's January.
It was quite the month. But we're here and we made it. Yay. Yeah. Freddie is here. I'm ready. Also, Freddie has a question. I didn't get it answered in the last chat live. I'm going to come back to this.
Yeah, I did a stream yesterday, so I think that's what you're talking
about. Sean, hey, what's up? Bon, hello.
Hey.
Audio hotline in the house. Hey, everybody. And in the pews, Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. I'll just jump right into it.
Sure.
Do I need a... Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I said I did a stream yesterday, and so I think this is a question from that. I didn't get... Oh, yeah. Do I need a high-end adapter for the cable that comes with the Elgato prompter to connect it to a MacBook?
No.
Question there. I don't think so. The question there being, for some reason, the Elgato prompter has a USB-C connector on the prompter.
Okay.
And the cable it comes with is a USB-C to USB-A cable, which is an old school... It's strange that that's the choice they made instead of C to C. And MacBooks, newer ones, only have USB-C. So you don't have to use that specific high-speed cable that comes with the prompter, but you need a high-speed cable, at least 5 gigabits per second. The ones I buy aftermarket are at least 20, there's no question that they're good enough. But if you're using an adapter, like a little dongle adapter that makes the A to a C, I've used several of them and I haven't had any issues. So I don't think I don't know what kind of adapters I have. They're usually ones that just came with other things. So, yeah, I don't think so. I haven't had any issues. But if that's just like giving you too much of a headache, you can like go on Amazon and search like 20 gigabit per second cable. They have all different lengths. I got like a 16-foot one, I think, for not that much money. And then I can like move the prompter really far from my computer and stuff. It's really nice.
You have a Finley hair on your eyelash, so I'm going to go in. Don't freak out.
Thank you.
There we go.
Sorry, Finley is our corgi. His hair is like needles.
I know, I'm just staring at it, like watching it. I'm like, oh, it's going to get dry.
Have a long eyelash. It's okay.
Rick is here. Happy New Year. Andre. Hey, y'all. Just joining from Terry Warfield Live. Nice. Cam Mackey just super chatted him, so Terry had to do 100 push-ups on stream. Things are a bit more chill here.
Yeah, I mean, you can super chat us and then we'll go buy ice cream.
Yeah.
And we won't stream it. That's
on. Hey, good to see you. JFK, Happy New Year to our favorite couple YouTube people.
Nice.
What's us?
I guess, yeah. Hope that's us.
So what's up, Tom?
So many things is up.
Well, okay, so the first thing we could talk about is you did a stream yesterday instead of a video.
I did, yeah.
That's kind of a big deal because you haven't.
I've only never done that once before. So yeah, it was something I wanted to do, and it's kind of a little cheat because I wanted to do a stream.
I don't think it's a cheat.
I mean, because I often will do a stream and a video in the same week.
Yeah.
So what I did yesterday was a stream instead of a video. And the reason I wanted to do that was I normally have my videos scheduled. But with the holidays, with all kinds of stuff, I was kind of like whittling down in my reserve. I like to have 3 or 4 videos. I was down to 2 videos. And I was like, well, what's going to ease a lot of stress for me is if I do a stream, it sort of saves the space. And I'm working on a video right now. I can finish that up before the next week. I can build up my savings account again.
Sure.
The holidays depleted it a little bit. And that just makes me feel less stressed. And it just worked out where the Thursday that I would normally put out a video was the 2nd. And so it was kind of like we weren't even in town basically until we were gone for New Year's. So we didn't even come back till then. So I couldn't have done a stream on New Year's Day or anything. And I was like, well, that's actually kind of a really fun day to stream. It's for a lot of people, it's either, winding down their holiday break or their first day back in regular world,
right?
And being able to hang out and do a cool live stream was super fun. I meant to stream for an hour and I streamed for basically 2 hours, and it was such a good time. I
do have to give credit to Heather Just Play for let's see, building up your stream stamina.
Oh yeah, that's your gaming channel, yeah. Which is so funny because the gaming channel, when we do streams on there, I guess maybe the theory to test would be if we're doing me playing the game, it's my thing, it's me mostly reading the things. I have a 90-minute stamina meter.
Yeah.
And it really runs out after 90 minutes. It just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
But on my stream, the 2 hours was fine. I ended because my voice was starting to give out, but I mentally was fine. Obviously, it's a totally different thing. That involves stuff I don't know. It involves gameplay. It involves reading dialogue and pronouncing.
You didn't have the problem on Thanksgiving. That was 2 hours. So it's different when it's all you.
Yeah,
you're the focus. Yeah. Thanksgiving was very chill. There wasn't.
Yeah, because there's the ones we've done that have been a couple hours and it's fine. But I think because it's not just streaming, it's multitasking, but that is you're playing a game, trying to do that, but also you're playing the game for yourself, playing the game aware that other people are watching you play the game. So for me, that means I'm trying to, position the camera angle's fine. I'm trying to read the words correctly.
We're not gonna see a Tom Just Play channel.
I don't think so. But it was really cool to understand, because we had done streams about games, but we did a whole series of me specifically going through a part of the game.
Yeah.
Where it was almost I was the streamer and I learned a lot.
Yeah. We learned a lot.
We learned a lot. Yeah. And I have a total different amount of respect for people who do that regularly for many hours at a time because I can't. But the stamina I have for my own channel is it definitely was fine.
Yeah. But I do have to say, someone made this comment. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jeremy, actually. But he said, I love how you can title your stream, let's nerd out about AV stuff. And you had 160 people.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
I think average.
Yeah, that's
you were coasting 150, 160 the entire 2 hours. That's crazy.
You know what's even actually crazier about that? Because that's what I sort of titled my stream. So instead of live stream Q&A or whatever, I just do let's nerd out about AV stuff.
Very casual. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not expert hotline or anything. It's just let's just nerd out.
Enthusiast.
Yeah, and I've done streams that aren't that. So I've done sometimes I feel that's too broad, and I should do a live stream that's focused.
Yeah.
Let's do this topic, this piece of gear, this type of workflow, whatever. Literally half as many people will watch those. The ones that get the most people watching are the ones that's nerd out about AV, which makes me so happy.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, that makes me really happy. I've really tried going back and forth a number of times over the past 6 months, and I have found that is the one which is cool because it sets the perfect expectation of I don't care what we're talking about. Let's just talk about this stuff.
But I think that's the thing. It's it's in what other format do people have that kind of like to get that type of interaction with you. That's the only time.
Yeah, because if I do a stream that's like, let's talk about, camera lenses or podcast mixers or
if
whatever.
you're not interested, then
Yeah, if you're not interested, you're not going to watch it. If you are watching it, but you have a question about something else, you're not going to feel comfortable asking it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Call Me Cubby's here.
Hey.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we can kick off Couples Table back.
Yeah.
I think it had been 3 weeks we missed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With just
we got sick. Oh,
yeah,
man,
we were sick.
Thing, man.
Then we had the like community event thing, and then we had the holidays. It was a really rough, like I'm laughing now, but like probably the last 2 months of the year were exceptionally rough, and our batteries were entirely drained.
It was Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving forward was when it just
maybe even I would say even a little before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, like most of November. From Halloween on.
Which was crazy because we had such high
good
moments.
Things happen.
Yes,
yeah,
like
really great things happen.
We're like, why is this happening?
Yeah. So
oh my God. But we made it.
It's like, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. You touched on this a little bit in your stream yesterday, but like what are your what's your mindset? What's your intention for a new year? We talk about this all the time. I feel like one thing that is really different about our business, our relationship, our partnership from previous years, like till now moving forward, I feel like as we spent a lot of time, especially last year, really, I don't know. It's not it's not like building roots and setting a foundation. Like obviously we've been together like 7 years, so we've done that. But I think like so much of what we did was testing, trying, see what we like, see what we don't like, and now it's like, okay, this is how we really want to do it, and this is the thing that makes us be our best, and like let's lean into that.
Yeah.
And I feel that more than ever, which is cool. It's like perfect because, I think like both of us agree. Like for you, I feel like you're really hitting a stride, and especially with the Road Creator of the Year, which is awesome. Like it's so cool that people are recognizing, like you are getting accolades, for this thing that you've built, which is awesome. And then for me, like coming back to the gaming channel and really feeling like, oh, this is like it all feels right.
It fits.
Yeah, like it's all aligned, right?
Yes, in alignment, very much.
Yeah, and so now it's like, okay, I tried different things in September, October, November. Great, let's get into a different phase of things. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's a good. It's interesting how you and I are approaching, like, your gaming channel, my channel, which obviously we do a lot of, like, we pop into each other's channels all the time.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that we do together like this, it's fun to see, like, how that filters in. I mean, for me, a lot of it was like, I feel like the thing I'm dialing in on, what I really like in other people, is really watching other people just do their thing. And I have found that a lot of my, like, maybe criticisms or complaints about some other, sorry, I have something in my eyes.
I tried to prevent that.
other channels that I watch or no longer watch or whatever, it feels like, someone following a trend, somebody trying to be something they're not, whether or not that's happening, I don't know, it's the impression I get, versus channels where it's like you just watch someone do their thing. And those can be channels, huge channels, small channel, like it really depends on the person. And I really want to, like, protect that about what I do.
Yeah.
And my channel, which I feel like I have, but I feel more confident in it, maybe.
Yeah. Confidence is the word.
Yeah, I feel a little more confident in what I do and how I do it, and it's okay if other people. It's not, like, really not trying to please everybody. And then also part of that comes from something I did last year, was experiment a little bit, like doing live streams, doing less edited videos sometimes, videos a different length. I feel like I have a nice, like, I don't know what it is, smorgasbord buffet of like things to pull from that are all fun. Like my typical, I would call it like a usual video, which is like pretty like outlined, clear. Even if they're long, it's concise. Even if it's like a 45-minute video, it's as concise as it can be. They're like well produced. They're well edited. There's lots of they're like high production value. But then there's the other stuff like, like a Q&A video that's a little more casual and personal. I did a couple of those thank you videos throughout the year, like after going to B&H in New York, after the Road Creator of the Year thing. It was like, this feels like something that like an Instagram or community post is like, thanks, this is cool. It doesn't feel like enough. But I was nervous, like, well, I don't want to put, I'm going to put a 5 to 10 minute video out that is not about any of the normal channel stuff. And people were nothing but kind.
So, okay, this is kind of an interesting thing. One thing that both of us noticed with me doing the gaming channel was that, how do I explain this? I felt like it was a place where I could experiment and even make mistakes.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like I felt personal growth from it in a way where it wasn't just like I'm taking someone's online course and someone's teaching me a thing. Like this was, I think it's rare to especially being an adult, have an environment where you can make a mistake, learn from it, and then level up and be better. And I feel like you have really had a lot of affirmation with the experimentation testing on your channel, right? So like even, the low effort doesn't mean low quality.
Right.
Doing different types of videos where it's completely unedited, doing videos that have nothing to do with gear. It's all 100% you. And to have only positive reception to that is awesome. And I kind of feel that with my channel. It's like I can mess up. It's okay.
Your gaming channel is a big like reason that I felt more comfortable doing it, because I got to watch you do it.
Yeah.
And I saw how it kind of lights you up and gave you, it's very easy once you have a way of doing things to feel like this is the way I have to do things. Or especially, I think in your case, having several other channels of all like various sizes, bigger than the gaming channel over many years, and kind of knowing like this is what a tutorial should be. This is how a more personal thing should be. And then going in, it's almost like the burden of knowledge. Like, yeah, you
totally.
You knew like too much, so it should be this way. I have to do this, and kind of watching you unlearn that.
Yeah.
And then not just unlearn it, but make some really cool stuff, both like pre-recorded live streams, level up your whole setup, level up the way you do things, see you be really excited about it, and then see a community build around it that is like, I mean, this is affirming, because like the community you built around your gaming channel is some of them are here, amazingly positive, nice, awesome people. The community we built around the couples table, amazingly nice, awesome, positive people. The community around my channel, it's like, okay, it feels like something is good, because whether it's me, you, or both of us, it seems to pull in like the kind of people that we would want to pull in.
Awesome people gravitate
be around.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, awesome. That was the thing with NAB last year, like meeting people in person, and it wasn't like a bunch of like weirdos in a dark alley. Like, I like you from the internet. Like,
I have never met somebody like that. First of all,
I should stop saying that to people then. But it was like everybody was like, "Oh, I know your channel." They were like in the middle of doing something. Like, "Oh, I'm working on this. I'm making this. I'm here for my job doing this." It was like, "Wow, that's so cool." And I feel like this. I don't know. It's very affirming, and maybe, and like you said, seeing adults try something new, even make mistakes. And maybe I might be reaching too far, but I got a lot of questions yesterday in my stream and in the Q&A video I did about AI stuff, and I think maybe the imperfections,
yes, oh my gosh,
kind of value a lot more. Have a lot more value now than they did before, because
it's the gold thing, the cracks, golden cracks. That's not what they're called.
I don't remember. I know.
Okay, I gotta look it up.
We'll say Doc Rock's name 3 times. He'll show up and answer the question. Right, Doc? Doc. That's the 3rd time.
What was it?
It's the like
golden cracks.
It's the thing where like something in old school Japanese culture, kintsugi.
Kintsugi.
Yeah, where something breaks and instead of throwing it away, you put it back together, but instead of using super glue or whatever, use like gold to seal it up. And then the cracks become not only stronger, but like a beautiful decorative part of it.
Kintsugi. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay, here. So we can
cool.
show what we're talking about. It's like this, right? So you like break something, but then you fill in the cracks with gold, and it becomes its own unique piece of art that embraces the imperfections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a funny thing. Old guitars, like electric guitars from when they were kind of invented in like the 50s to maybe through the 60s and 70s, used like a certain type of finish that over time would just start cracking.
Okay.
And then they switched to a different thing. So now you can have a guitar. You know, like I have some guitars that are over 20 years old and they basically exactly the same as when I took them out of the box. But there's a thing now where people, like, when they buy old guitars that have the old finishes, they really like it. It almost looks sort of like a spider web crack pattern that goes. People want it. People will refinish new guitars with that so that they will crack over time because it is like a unique.
Yeah, then you get the one of a kind. Like it's.
Yeah, and it's not through like damage or anything. It's just a property of this thing and what it does. And there's not going to be anything else exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like that people appreciate that stuff.
Yeah. Especially with AI, man. I feel like, it's a huge topic of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I feel like, fully integrated at this point. And just going to be really interesting kind of seeing how all that unfolds. But
Did you hear about the Instagram, Facebook user thing?
Do you know how I heard about it?
How? An AI podcast?
No, Pimpy.
Oh. Pimpy,
one of my Discord mods posted it in the Discord and was like, "Hey, heads up, is this what you're talking about? Like Meta allowed for AI generated profiles or something?"
They created their own profiles that are like fake, but it's like they look like real people, so it's like an older person talking about their grandkids. And like, I don't know who this is
confused.
for.
Yeah,
like why?
Right.
Why do I need this?
Wait, but who creates them? Is it people? Like users are like, "Hey, I want to make a fake boyfriend."
Like Meta made them. Like the engineer, like Facebook made them.
Wait, like 10 or a million?
I think they've like showcased like 20. Okay. But I don't know if they will then now reproduce themselves.
It's like it's like being friends with like Alexa.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so they have personalities.
Except it's not like if you were friends, I won't say her name. Alexandra. If you were friends with her, and she was like aware of what she was like, I'm your assistant to do whatever. This looks like the one I saw was like a 65-year-old, 70-year-old man talking about like he's into making textiles and his grandkids and just making posts. Like the thing I've learned when my grandkids buy me this, I don't know how they label it. It's not clear, and it really looks like a person talking about their grandkids, and I don't know who this is for. And then the comments on it are mostly other bots just saying like amen. And it's like, what is
why?
I don't know. I don't know who wants this. I don't know what the purpose is.
Noise.
And the thing I've seen is like, oh, it's to generate ad revenue. But I'm like, who's advertising on? Like, there's more users, but they're all just bots talking to each other.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Like they don't have money.
Yeah, they don't exist. They're not real. It's weird. It's a very weird thing. So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Real Pell Room's here. Happy New Year. Kombucha. Hey. Happy New Year, friends. Mr. Camera Junkie in the house. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Nitrocellular's lacquer guitar finish. I think that's the one that started crack.
Nitro, yes. Because we have a friend called Nitro, and I think everyone's... Because I actually did, when I refinished my like very first guitar a couple years ago,
yeah.
I learned about this when I did that because I unintentionally used nitro lacquer on the end to finish it, and it started cracking a little bit. And at first I was like, oh my God, I got to redo this. And then I was like, nope, we're just going to let it be its thing. And it's actually kind of cool. So I don't mind. It even has a giant crack on the back crack. Some cracks aren't whack.
Oh, no coffee. Hey, you too. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah.
Well,
do you have...
Did I answer your question? Or did you...
Yeah.
Did I give you a chance to answer about the intention thing? I can't remember.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I feel answered.
Good.
Do you have any... I know I don't think you and I are big on like New Year's resolutions and stuff.
Nah.
Because
Dude,
it's
by the time February rolls around, I don't even remember what the
well,
hell
because
it
it's more like you know, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of continually trying to.
we try we do our best every day.
Yeah, I don't need to lie to
most I
myself in
can-
January and then feel guilty on January 5th. But do you have anything that is maybe a goal or an ambition or a direction that you want to share for the year?
Yeah. So I saw this on Instagram. I shared it with you, but it was this. I think it was the author of Eat, Pray, Love.
Yes.
Yeah. So she was sharing a message to fellow creatives saying that what did she say? Something like, if you're a creative person, try to make your decisions and make it a habit to make decisions out of curiosity versus fear. And I think that's a huge, that is an intention that I want to have for as long as I can. Because I think December was insane. We've already mentioned this over and over again. But
December
I think
to remember sales event.
Shut up.
Sorry.
You kept going.
Happy Toyotathon, everybody.
The thing is, like, when life inevitably happens, that takes a toll on things like passion and motivation. And, I obviously, if I'm stressed out about one thing in my life, it trickles into creativity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I knew how to handle that because I had not felt that fire in a really, really long time that I had when I came back to the gaming channel. I just felt like alive in a way that I haven't felt before. Yeah. And then just to have all these things like kind of take me away from that, I was getting really, 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 really frustrated.
Yeah.
And I think that when I'm anxious, it kind of, I started to pay attention to things that don't matter, like I started unintentionally or unconsciously putting expectations. And then when expectations were met, I would feel defeated, and it's like, I know when I'm at my best, I don't even pay attention to these things. It's just like, am I having fun or not, period, right?
Right.
And I think that point, I really liked the way that she said that because it wasn't passion versus fear, because passion fades, right? Same with motivation.
There's curiosity.
There are going to be days when you are not motivated, but it's curiosity of like, especially for me who has ADHD, I'm curious about everything. I can, I can come up with all the ideas. I can ask all the questions. That is my normal state of being. Mm-hmm. And if I just lean into the curiosity, having no expectations, right? It's just like, what if I did this? Or what if we tried this? Or wouldn't it be cool if we did this? Here's like a cookbook based on recipes from Final Fantasy 14. Wouldn't it be crazy if we went to an apple orchard and tried making a strudel? I don't know. Like that was it. There was no like, this is gonna be a banger of a video.
The algorithm's all about strudel videos this year.
And it was, one of the best videos we've made. We got to, play with our new camera. We had a memory that we won't forget, and it was just so much fun. And so, going into 2025, I think it was part of that unlearning, the burden of knowledge of like, this is what a YouTube video is supposed to look like, and and here are things about gaming channels I typically don't like, so I don't want to do things like that and all that. And
mm-hmm.
I just want to be curious and act on that, and then we'll just see where it goes. And what's cool is that I can mess up.
Yep, absolutely.
I've had multiple instances where I felt like I messed up in the Discord, it's not obviously nothing huge, but I love that the community is like, I don't know, supports giving people the benefit of the doubt, including me.
Right.
Which is great because I have no idea what the heck's happening. I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but if you vibe with this, then let's go.
To your channel slogan.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great answer. The curiosity thing's really interesting. I don't know if it ties into something I used to do when I was teaching because I liked my job, but it was hard, right? We've talked about that a lot. And so there's a lot of times where like I'm exhausted, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, and it's like obviously it's far from perfect every day, but something I did try to do, which I will say like I was able to do on most days, was have one thing I'm looking forward to, which was usually curiosity based. It was usually like, oh, I bet you I could do this, which would make like this lesson really interesting, this presentation really interesting, this project really cool.
You never, like, every time you come in with a new idea, it's never like this is gonna be hot, like this is the thing that's gonna be viral or whatever. Never. It's always like, okay, so check this out. I just got this new thing and I have this old thing. And
wouldn't it be cool if
exactly. It's
I wonder,
always curiosity.
And that was a saving grace for a lot of time in a difficult job. And I think I still do that, but I think going from that to being like self-employed, where it's like, hey, I'm my own boss, I don't have these pressures. I think it's almost easy to not do that because you feel like it is all passion, right? It should all be passion, but life happens and there's ups and downs and there's still things that you have to do and have to get done. And there's parts of it that aren't that fun and, like all that kind of stuff. And so I almost feel like trying to pull that back into it is really important because it would only help strengthen things.
Yeah. See, and I think all of last year was us like figuring out all of that,
Yeah.
Like it really does feel like a different phase, which is exciting. Like I'm excited for this year. I really feel good about it. Was that a sarcastic sigh?
No, it was last time I said that on stream was January 2020. I'm not saying that on stream again.
How do you know?
Because I remember we did a new decade because it was a new decade. Like, oh my God. The world is going to open up for this year, January 2020. Look out. Man.
Find that stream.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Who would pay to advertise to bots?
That's what I don't get. Unless their goal is like, well, we have these bots, real users will engage with them and stay on the platform. But it's like, it is genuinely dystopian. Like, I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say now. That really feels.
Okay, look. If they're trying to build something that is like Jarvis, where you you can, I as a gamer, I really love fictional characters.
Sure.
Okay. AI can be a fictional character like Jarvis, right? Like you can.
I'm reading a whole book series right now called Portal to Nova Roma, where the main character is an AI put into a physical body.
If it's like maybe you start with a 70-year-old AI
textile worker,
to connect with some lonely.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. Going back to like the movie Bicentennial Man, like it's sort of like evolved organically. Even Jarvis and like the Iron Man things like evolved organically. Whereas this is like so manufactured.
I know, but the thing my argument there is that Facebook has never been organic. They've always done the insane thing. That's why they are who they are. They invented social media, like, what
modern social media.
Like, if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be them. If they don't do it, somebody else is gonna do it. So
yeah,
I just don't understand why you would willingly encourage that.
I don't
like who. What's the vision? I don't know. I gotta see more. I feel like it can't be just that. That's it.
Now, that's it, and that's why people. And it's also harder to block those profiles. Like they don't have the standard block option. It's very strange.
I'm not going back to Facebook.
Yeah.
Damn, this 4K image is sharp.
Don't cut yourself. It's so sharp.
Andre says, at some point, AI users are going to take over Facebook and make it implode upon itself. Matrix 4, somebody launches a YouTube follower AI service where you can buy followers that comment like vids that YouTube can identify. Plot twist, the service is powered by Google Gemini.
I mean, that's already a version of that is a thing that people have been doing for years, is like buying subscribers, likes, that kind of stuff. Obviously, Google tries to, or YouTube and Google try to identify that and like root it out. So it's the arms race of like.
Yeah, but it's so. Yeah. Because it's automated, it's AI, and I'm sure there's like, AI bots and coding and all of that are just creating all these accounts,
Yeah, no,
a million accounts a minute. Like, how do you even?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot I screenshotted this comment and I meant to share it with you and I forgot.
Oh, let's see the tea right now.
Okay. This was on MSQ 4.5.
So one of the gaming streams we did.
Yeah. It says, "You're doing a fantastic job. Could you help me with something unrelated? I have a SafePal
This
wallet
is the wallet
with
thing.
USDT and I have the seed phrase." And then in parentheses, it says alarm, fetch, churn, bridge, exercise, tape, speak, race, clerk, couch, crater, letter. How should I go about transferring them to Binance?
These types of messages have been popping up. I don't quite understand the scam, but it's the same thing of like, this is great, but now my like weird crypto wallet or whatever, like I need this phrase.
But then there's the word stuffing, which is like just a bunch of words that don't make sense that are strung together.
Somehow my guess is they're trying to... At some point, someone's going to get scammed out of some money, and I don't know how that works. It's very strange, though. I've been getting those a lot lately, too.
I don't understand why you would... But I don't... Why would you... How does this work if it's so obvious that it's like a bot by stringing together these words that don't make sense?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like something gets triggered when someone replies to it, whether it's the channel creator or somebody else, maybe...
Yeah, but I feel like you're giving yourself away by putting... Even the, like, you won the sweepstakes is less of a flag than that is. It's just a bunch of words strung together. Doesn't even make any sense.
I don't know. I don't... Unless someone there... Unless some gullible person on the platform with
like
3 or 4 billion people on it, maybe there is someone who shows up and goes like, oh, yeah, the passphrase is usually church gusher or whatever. And then you're like, okay...
I had someone on my live drop a similar comment. I just silenced them.
Yeah, it's a strange.
Hey, K-Walk Comedy, Happy New Year's. Good to see you. Yeah, so it's I think AI is definitely I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing that you said, but I don't want to be that person who's like the ostrich, right? Who's like, oh,
head in the sand.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. But the thing that does make me nervous with how fast AI is going is that there's not enough education to get people to recognize when something is not real.
Well, I mean, a lot of it too, like one of the big powers of AI is the scale that you can do things. Like you could always make low effort YouTube videos. You could always content farm, but then you might have to like pay, even if it's like some overseas underpaid team of editors or whatever to make like crummy videos and you upload 5 of them a day. Now you can have an AI do 10 of them every day on 15 different channels for no more effort, I guess. And you can have like the scale at which a single person can potentially try to scam many others is huge. And if all you need is like a small percentage, a very, very small percentage of people to, if it costs virtually nothing for them to spam those comments everywhere and they're doing thousands, millions, I don't know how many of them, and just a couple people respond with something that gets them into their, like, gives you access to their Binance wallet. That's a thing that exists, I'm guessing. And then, I don't know, at some point somebody gets $20. I don't know. Like, at some point someone gets money.
So speaking of AI, I don't know if you want to talk about this.
Sure. I haven't seen this on my channel yet, but it's interesting to see on yours.
What? Seriously, you haven't seen it yet?
I don't know. I mean, my computer's over there. I could see, but...
Okay, so I have this on all my channels already.
It must be on mine then. I just haven't.
Yeah, if you go to your YouTube studio and then go to content, there's a new tab here called Inspiration, and it's basically, ChatGPT built into YouTube, but better, right? So it analyzes the content that has, in YouTube's it's been successful and then creates ideas off of that. But what's crazy is that not only is it ideas, but it's the whole friggin'
It's the whole video. It's the IKEA instruction manual to a video.
So here's the best productivity apps for creative work. Here are your titles. It's doing the outline right there. It's got like all the sections you would include, everything that you would say. You could even
and this is YouTube giving this to you. This is not like chat.
You don't even have to do thumbnails anymore. It's all right here.
YouTube's just making thumbnails for you to put on YouTube.
Wait, see, this is the thing that like, I worry for creators because I feel that the thing with this is that now you're not. I mean, going back to the curiosity thing. Now you're not being curious. You're letting YouTube be curious for you.
You're just letting YouTube take over your channel.
Yeah. And that, YouTube, you run your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel does not run you.
I liked, they had a thing, I don't know if they still even have it anymore, because Google is a data company. They had stuff where you could go on and sort of see like, based on your niche, like, it's just all stuff like, here's what people are searching for. Here's potential content gaps. So it's like, I think they could find stuff people are searching for that doesn't have a lot of super relevant stuff. And you could go through and be like, oh, look, people are searching for SM7B plus Rodecaster. And it turns out there's not a lot of videos that explain exactly what they're looking for. Oh, maybe that's a topic I could, but it would just give you a topic. And then you could think like, okay, I can make a video about that. And you figure it out. I mean, I never really found anything that way, but I thought it was interesting at least. Whereas this is just like, here, make this video. Here's the script. Here's the thumbnail. At a certain point, it'll just be like, we'll make a voiceover and a person for you. And here's a video. Just upload. Let us upload this to your channel right now.
The thing is like, I feel like the things that have really been revolutionary for YouTube videos and content were made by people, right? Like Casey Neistat redefining or defining what vlogs are. That's not going to be in here.
It's not. And what's interesting to me is like, you see, like literally here's the thumbnails. You can just download it. It's not even like, here's some examples of what you could make. It's just use this one right here. I'm thinking of a point where like your YouTube homepage is just filled with this. Like it's filled with what
that's like next week, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's already kind of now.
Yeah.
Obviously there's like AI thumbnails now and AI videos, but like where it's just finding like, and in a way, maybe that's a good thing where you find the human crafted thing, the imperfect video that pops up is like, oh, finally, like do that. But
right, like our eyes are going to be trained for
this
versus
the
handmade.
Weird hyper glossy thing. But then I feel like because it's that arms race where then the AI stuff will start to like, let's make it look imperfect. Let's make it, let's not have the super glossy perfect sheen, but let's let's make videos with some stutters. I've heard that some you can do like create a podcast with 2 AI hosts talking about this thing.
No.
Yes. Because there's a really funny one. The example I heard was someone gave a document, it was a Word document that just said pee pee poo poo like over and over and over and over and over again. And they gave that to the program and said, okay, create a podcast where 2 hosts talk about this. And it is shockingly realistic. It sounds like most podcasts. It's a guy and a girl, and they're breaking it down, like what it means, what it could mean. And it's like, it's hilarious and scary and also kind of like, wow, there's a lot of bad podcasts out there because it sort of sounds like something I've heard from people. But like, I don't even remember what my point was because I'm a person. I'm imperfect and I forgot.
Well, I mean, I think when it comes to the novelty of AI doing things like that, that's to me that's where it has its place.
Yeah. Oh, that was my example though, was having people actually say like or stutter or forget their words.
They added it in?
Yes. And it is kind of crazy because it sounds like 2 real people talking. And I think the example there was like, I mean, it was to show it is ridiculous, but it's also like, yeah, like, you don't have to sit here every week and carve time out of your time to make a podcast that you tire your voice out. And sometimes you have a sore throat and sometimes you don't. Like, you just do this and it's the same thing. And it's not the same thing. And that's the thing is like, ultimately, like, I've had this thought even years ago. One of the earliest streamlining things was, you could take like a video or the caption file from a video and turn it into a blog post.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. And I've heard the advice of like, you should have blog posts for your videos, which I actually do think is good advice, just not something I have time for. But like, here's a whole post. It's not just the script of the video, but it's me writing out the video or me writing out like the idea behind the video, maybe diving into more depth, explaining things. obviously you can embed the video in there, you can do your links or whatever. That's a lot of work to put that together. If you just post like the caption file, it looks weird. And so there's things that will just create a blog post for you. And it's like, okay, I've heard the argument for a long time that like, well, you either have nothing or you have that. So why not just have that? It takes zero effort. And
yeah, but like,
my question is, who is that? Like, who's actually going to want to sit there and read that?
but not even that. Like, more importantly, is like, where is your feeling of accomplishment?
Yeah,
and like,
exactly.
Your fulfillment. Like,
Right.
What is the point if you
like,
have no sense of pride in the thing that you're making?
It's like playing a video game and then just putting in the ultimate cheat code to get to the very end and being like, I beat the game. It's like, but I guess, I mean, you got to the end of the game, but like you didn't.
About the journey.
Yeah, but I mean,
the
like,
friendships we
but
made
where's
along the way.
where's the actual feeling of pride? Like our, an issue that we have faced in our low-level hockey league is some other teams will like to bring in players that are too good for the beginner league that we're in, and so then it becomes impossible. Obviously, like it tips the thing, and it's like the thing there's a lot of things that are sad about that, but like I have always felt, our team has gotten frustrated in the past. We've never done that. We've never brought in higher level players, but obviously like the conversations popped up like, we could just get someone, but I'm like, if someone who's like way too good to be here or a couple people way too good to be here show up and just win the game for us, I'm not going to feel like we won the game.
Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah. It's not going to feel like I did anything. It's going to actually make me feel bad. I would rather lose, but like at least get a little better.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Agreed, yo. Geekanoids, Happy
What's
New
up?
Year. Oh, Tom, you sparked my interest in the Roadcaster video. Very excited to pick
Ooh,
one up.
yeah. Pick it up, set it down, yeah.
Andre, the dead internet theory. Activity and content on the internet, including social media accounts, are predominantly being created and automated by artificial intelligence.
Yeah, forget what the percentage of that is, but it's a very high, like more than half of stuff on the internet is not, it's just computers talking to each other. It's not even humans. So eventually the whole internet there's not even people on it.
Is that where it's supposed to go eventually? Like if you
I
just
think that's
follow the thread?
I think it's already, most of the internet is already that. Like it's something like, it might be 40 or 60%, somewhere around there is already that. Which is just like, what? Like, why?
Because capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
What's your top recommendation for a second angle top-down camera?
Depending on budget. Top recommendation, phone.
Your phone.
Nice. Yeah. Phones are so easy, especially like they're easy to use as webcams now, and they're small and lightweight.
I mean, we could just link this right now, actually.
Yeah, just wirelessly even.
I think I could even do it just this. There, iPhone on the overlays. Yeah, just like
that wasn't it.
NDI. Hold on. Okay. Go.
Turn on the phone. Wait.
Yeah.
Answer the. See, this is if we were an AI. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the phone thing.
Yeah. So top down. You just put this on something.
There we go. There's our top down shot. Keyboard.
Whoop.
Yeah, phone works really good. If you don't want to use your phone, a camera that I use a lot is the Sony ZV-1F. It's the ZV-1 that doesn't have the lens doesn't zoom at all. So that's just the one I had. But like a small camera, bless you, small camera like that is a great top down shot again because it's small, compact, but still super good image quality. And then you could get into smaller real cameras, things like the ZV-E10 and stuff like that. Yeah, phone is a great place to start, and you probably already have one. Or even webcams like the Elgato Facecam or something like that.
Notebook LM is the AI podcast.
The one with the
that's like
poo-poo pee-pee?
That's just like an actual podcast, the new episodes and everything.
Oh, I've only heard the
Notebook LM. Here it is.
It's a podcast within a podcast this week. We dive in the AI-powered genius that doesn't just organize your notes; it flips. I don't know about this.
Oh no, this is an episode from a podcast called Up Against Reality. They're talking about Notebook LM.
Talking about Notebook LM. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the I'm gonna have you listen to like a snippet of it because you're gonna be like, I don't even know what your reaction's gonna be. It's weird. unsettling.
you know what I wish?
Huh.
I wish we can like
that didn't exist.
I want to bring like Socrates, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and like Thoreau. Come on over and tell me what you think of all this. Like, just tell me what do you think of where humanity has gone?
Yeah, you used to lock yourself in a cabin for years at a time to write prose. No. You can scroll TikTok and just have the computer do it for you.
Okay, Rick. Have you seen Mike Russell's latest video? It's scary. The AI service lets you edit the words of your talking head video, and the video will match. You can even change the language.
Oh man, it's like next level Descript. I haven't seen that. Text-based video editing is a thing that I kind of do find interesting for people who aren't video editors, where you can have which Descript has done for a long time. You see what's being said, and you essentially edit a Word document, but it is editing the video.
Yeah, but I think Descript is getting to the point where you can replace words.
Yeah,
and it'll
generate it with your voice. Yeah, and it will
and your face and everything.
Yeah, and that's what seems to be happening. So it's a lot smoother. There's not like weird jump cuts and things there, but it's that is I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, the way that I feel about it is like, I know more of this content is going to be out there because obviously people are going to jump on it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, I remember, what was I was doing research for a tutorial actually. Shoot, I don't remember what it was, but it was something AI, and I wrote the whole outline, but I didn't end up recording it because of the search results I got on YouTube. I was looking at something like AI something, and then all the top results, like the main top results, were this entire video was created with AI. And millions of views.
Really?
All the comments were just like, oh my God, this is going to change the game. Like now, and it was basically encouraging people to start YouTube channels. And see, that's the thing, because when it's incentivized by money, right? Like, if it's incentivized to just create anything, and then you get your watch time, you get your subscribers, and you start making that AdSense, then who cares about community or, connection or anything?
I feel like it's going to get diluted so fast that it's going to be that thing where I don't think people are going to settle in and be like, oh, just watch anything. If it's AI created, it is. If it's human created, it is. I think very quickly we're like, oh, this is just like AI garbage again, and click off. Like, I feel like the novelty, like no human is going to want to watch that much of it. I feel like, at least in the current form. I don't know. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. Andre says, for people who don't really want to do work, getting a free lunch with auto-generated content trumps having the feeling of accomplishment. Exactly. Like, if you want to just imagine, right? Like, you wake up, you spend 2 hours doing whatever with your AI, and then you're done. And you get paid.
Yeah. I've known,
like I get it, but
when I first when I got out of college and I was entering the adult world, there were things that were big milestones, like getting my first new car, and then eventually getting a house and stuff. And those are big milestones. Like, I can't believe, the first new car was a Toyota Corolla. It's not like, oh, I didn't go crazy or anything, but it really, to sit in that car and be like, oh my God, like I'm paying the car payment on this thing, and it's like, it had 2 miles on it or whatever when I drove it off the lot, and every mile's mine. Was such a feeling of accomplishment. I've known several people throughout my life that operate this way, but there was someone I remember specifically with cars. They would sometimes get to borrow other people's cars, and the way they would drive around in it literally was the same amount of fulfillment as they'd be like, check it out, I'm in the whatever fancy car, and it's like, but that's not, and not even just like, you go rent a car and they accidentally give you a nicer car and you're expecting like, well, look at, it wasn't just like the fun of it. It was literally like as far as the whole world knows, this is my car. And I have the same feeling of accomplishment as you.
It makes me sad because I don't want to judge people's motivations. Like, if you, obviously that goes to identity, right? Like,
right. There's a lot to unpack there.
It's just that, when we're talking about AI right now, January 3rd, 2025, and we're just seeing
it's the 3rd. It is.
we came so far in a year.
Yeah.
to the point where now it's just going to be exponential in the next, few weeks even.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the really the scale of it. The thing that I am curious about, and this is something I don't know anything about, but something I hear so much of is how many resources, how much energy AI systems take. This is something I really don't know. But like, there's
the refrigeration thing.
No, I don't know anything about this.
The water
that the systems take.
Yeah, like it. I've seen this on Instagram. That's why I totally cut you off. But I've heard like, oh, how much water did this post waste because it takes so much water to cool the systems down.
See, I've heard, I haven't seen that, but I've heard stuff like that where it's like, look, I made this, this YouTube thumbnail and all it took was like a small part of the rainforest or whatever. And obviously there's problems with that. But the thing I am curious about, if we are in this like end stage capitalism hellscape of like whatever, as you have all these things, it's growing like crazy, you can do all this really cool stuff, but if it does go down the route of like, look, we made AI content for other AI bots to consume, and then it really is like, well, who at a certain point, how does that make money?
See,
at a certain point, but at a certain point, when will the companies be like, we are spending so much money to like just power these systems, we would actually make more money to not power these systems? And then,
like you have to be cash positive.
Yeah, so at a certain point, it's like, when it's, like, when is this not our like killer feature that's in everything anymore? And when, I genuinely don't think it's going away because the technology is just too interesting and does have so many uses, both positive and negative.
There's no way it's going to go away. Yeah.
But I think scaled down, unless it becomes massively more efficient, like rather than having, every time you buy something now, it's like water bottle with AI. Oh, look, see, this water bottle has AI. It's Adidas. It has an A and an I in it. But everything is like with AI, like big sticker on it now, like your washing machine with AI, new car, AI, iPhone 16, AI. And it's like, I feel like that is going to go away because nobody's going to care. And the
it's
amount
not
of
going to be
it's not a selling
thing
point
anymore. Yeah.
Even Apple, I mean, that was a thing that has just popped out where it's like, iPhone 16 sales are lower than expected. Well, yeah, the shining features, Apple Intelligence, which people aren't that interested in and also isn't even available yet. So like, yeah, I mean, that shows you right there. Like, people would rather just have a better camera or something in their phone.
Andre says, for people who don't really... Oh, I said that. Yeah. You mean to say we're already in the Skynet area?
Seems like it.
Era. Crazy Doc, that type of technology would be really useful in spreading misinformation. Also, hello. Good to see you.
Geekanoids had a question, not just...
What is...
Oh, retracted?
Yeah, it doesn't retract from Ecamm, that's why. But
it's a good question.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's about dessert over the holidays. I don't see nothing wrong with this question.
When I started to notice this, actually, there's a lot of Ecamm people in here, and maybe you guys can tell me this, but I noticed on Heather Just Play, because we use Ecamm, that messages were getting retracted, but they don't retract from the Ecamm window, and I was like, I can't look at two chats at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
But this is kind of when this happens, when someone retracts their comment on YouTube, I shouldn't read it because obviously they
chose to retract it. Yeah.
But it's happened like quite a few times, and I don't know.
I'm sorry for bringing that, but I like talking about desserts, though.
Yeah. What was your favorite dessert over Christmas holidays? It was Handel's.
Yeah, ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RN, there's an AI that can make a video out of a single still frame.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
I don't think it's, I think the fear that I have is just normal fear of the unknown, but I don't actually believe because I'm optimistic, right? So I don't believe that it's all gonna go to
I have noticed, I mean, I don't think this is the standard thing, but I noticed, at least for myself, I have become even more critical of stuff. Whereas, like, like I'm always aware, like, here's a post that someone did, and it's like, this doesn't seem legit. Like, like, I don't know, whatever it might be. You see something, and it just sort of seems like this sort of seems fake or whatever. I've always kind of like tried to pay attention to that. But sometimes, like stuff looks real, seems real, I just kind of accept it at face value. Why would anyone fake this? But I found myself recently being like way more critical of like, is it like really trying to like vet stuff or find backup sources for things, which is actually a good thing. Like,
as a digital media teacher with an English background where your entire friggin' training was to look at things with a critical eye, yeah, we do that. I feel like that's not
I know that's probably not the norm.
Yes. That's the thing that, like, I mean, dude, talk about why I wanted to quit my job and start the whole movement, Share Spec Reading, was to educate people in how to use all of these tools. Even just the NAB thing where I was about to say how I almost derailed my entire life and then I cut myself off because that's not what it was. But looking back,
changed course.
Yeah. To do this whole like small business creator thing. Imagine if I had done that every day my life would just be AI. That's the only thing that we would be talking about.
Yeah. No thanks.
Bullet dodged, but I still like talking about these things, but I forgot what I was saying. I feel like I was replying to what you said and then I forgot.
Just being critical.
Oh yeah.
I know it's not the norm,
but I think like things like this, forums like this where we can have discussions and everyone can kind of share their perspective. So like here, Kathy says, the minute I hear an AI voice, even on a short, I'm out. Same. When I hear persuasion on Instagram, I just scroll so fast because I don't know why that is my default when I can tell the voice is AI. But to me, it is a turn off to the point where I just swipe immediately.
Right. And
I don't know why.
That's because it's getting, I like, as someone who has even done a couple sponsored things for AI voice services, but that's because I do see the value in them sometimes.
Right.
Yes. I see the low effort thing. I'm out also as soon as it's like, this is just low. You took someone else's video, you slapped an AI voiceover on it. Now you're
sometimes it's funny, like when you put the AI voice on the dog, like that's fun. And I watch those, but if it's an ad, I go so fast.
I mean, the thing that I have said, and the reason I actually do, like, I don't think AI voiceover tools should disappear is because I've been in situations, and I know small businesses, I know small productions, all kinds of things where you genuinely need a voiceover, and there's no one around either with the voice or the technical capability to create it.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in really tight, tricky situations that either end up with you not making what you need to make or spending more money on it and being able to just...
But see, everything that you're thinking about is not situations where people need to crunch out an absurd amount of content in
it's not that.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, like, because even going back to like the sponsored videos I've done where I'm talking to AI voices and things, part of me, I don't want to dive in. I just don't even want to like bring in the conversation. But the behind the scenes on those, I think, is really interesting because they are AI. It's text to speech,
but it's hard.
Yeah,
it takes a while. Yeah.
For each line, I will typically do 5 to 10 takes because each time you generate it, it's different to get the right tone dialed in,
the intonation,
and then it's not even just like I type this whole character's thing, it's like line by line, sentence by sentence, and then piecing those together and still adjusting the timing and the fading and the levels. And like, there's still a whole lot of human editing that goes into it. It's just the voice in those cases I would be. But I know there's a lot of things there where it's like, it's like when you sometimes see a reel or something that has the captions burned in, and sometimes it's like got millions and millions of views, but they clearly didn't even attempt to fix the captions, like the auto-generated captions, because there's mispronunciations and typos everywhere, and it's like you could have changed that like real easily, but you didn't.
Oh, okay. I see why you retracted Geek Noise, because you put a new one. I worked all the hours for 18 years on YouTube. Things have changed so much. AI seems like cheating. Thanks, guys. Just for fun, non-tech, what was your favorite dessert over the Christmas holidays?
Just desserts. Sorry.
See, the AI seems like cheating. I agree with, but it's also like, the Pocket feels like cheating.
The Osmo Pocket.
Yeah, like the new tech.
Right, calculators are cheating. But but it's
the things that make the new tools that have the Roadcaster is cheating. You could do we did all of this without this
It's
whole
a lot
time.
harder.
Right. It just took forever. And so I don't want to look at AI in that way because I do feel like, you use the Photoshop AI thing all the time. I use Canva all the time. That has it's never been labeled as AI, but that's what it is, to remove the background, to like generate, assets and images and stuff like that.
So much just goes to like how it's used, and the intent behind how it's used. And
yeah, I'm never going to be a graphic designer. It's just not a thing that I don't want to learn it. It's the part that I hate the most. And so if I could use something like Canva that has a lot of AI tools built into it, I'm going to use it, you know?
I like graphic design and I like doing those things. So the AI tools that I use are the tedious stuff where it's like the AI version almost looks the same as what I would have made, but it saved me an hour.
Right.
Like a very tedious like clone stamp and smudge and just forget that. Like let me just click a button and you do the thing.
Yeah.
That just saves my sanity.
Explanatory Live.
Hey.
What up, y'all? Let's see. Andre says, if everybody is doing YouTube that way, the ad money will dry up and too many will have to share the ad revenue and it won't pay enough to make it worth it. Kind of like Bitcoin farms.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that. Or if ad revenue will increase for like for the high quality stuff. I don't know.
It's hard for me to
I know I'm being
have that. Like it's hard for
optimistic.
me to like know what that is because we've had YouTube Premium for years. I don't who is watching an AI video and then sitting through the ads?
A really sad person. I
don't know. Google just bought a nuclear power plant to power AI.
Oh, good.
See, this is the kind of stuff that makes me think like, okay, so yeah, we just go full Terminator at this point, right? No, iRobot. That's what it is. I forgot what Terminator was.
I prefer just Bicentennial Man.
No, because that was just the one man.
Yeah.
No, iRobot, like they take over.
No, I know. That's why I said I prefer.
Like AI judges, it gets smarter, it learns, and it decides for itself that the best course of, action for humanity is we just need to be put down. Isn't that what Skynet was? It was all like kill humanity? I can't remember.
It's all bad news, bears. The book I'm reading, though, Portal to Nova Roma. Very interesting.
But why was sorry, now I'm curious about Terminator. Why was there the one robot that was like glitched? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
why was he like not with the
special?
Robots? Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember or know. Because I'm
I don't
not an
think
AI, I don't have all the intelligence. See, if we were AI, I would just answer the question. Oh, well, because blah blah blah. I got nothing.
Mr. Cavergy says, I think efficiency is the key to the future of AI. Also, AI is a buzzword being applied to everything. Yeah, dude. Okay, so my dad, we saw family came to visit, and he was telling us about how my parents went to a fast food restaurant.
Oh.
It was a Taco Bell. And he was like, yeah, they have AI in the drive-thru. And I was like, what's the AI in the drive-thru? And it was just him like speaking to the AI. It was taking its order. And then like you don't talk to a person anymore at the menu in the drive-thru. You talk to an AI, which I don't.
It's the same thing as like say or press 6 to talk to whatever.
Exactly. Like to me, that's not AI. That's just automation.
Well, that's like, an example that we've talked about before too is like the computer in video games.
AI, everything's AI. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, but even going back into old systems, old consoles when you play against the computer.
Right, that's AI then. If you're using it with that definition.
And that's a great use of it. Like, yeah, we want that.
Well, that's why I'm like, if you don't explain,
well, that's why
we don't have the words to define things, then how could we possibly even understand what's happening? Your face. Come on, Tom. Don't you have all the answers?
I don't. Again, not an AI.
Don is here. Hello.
Hey, Don.
Leonard, you and Heather are so lucky. It's very rare and wonderful to have a wife who is also a content creator and that both of you can enjoy working together.
Yes, it's very nice. We would go crazy if it was only one of us, probably.
Yeah, definitely. But we consider ourselves very grateful every day, but it's definitely something that like we have to work on, because like it doesn't really turn off. And it's also the thing that is where we find like it's also our hobby.
Yeah.
Like
A
sometimes
lot of
we
blurred
just
lines there.
keep talking about it. Yeah. Andre, the problem is probably not that AI content will take over, but it might destroy the possibility for normal people to make a living from content creation for a long time.
That's scary.
I actually
100%.
This I disagree with, actually.
I'm scared of that.
I don't think that I really do not think that's an issue, because I do think that I want to believe that people will always gravitate to human.
I want to believe that. I want to believe that the human made is
the human made. I feel like that it's not. I think that expediting, right? Like AI being able to create 10 videos in 10 minutes. I feel like that's a way that you can make a lot of money with AI generated content. But I think that sponsors, like,
yeah,
I don't think that they're going to want to pay for one of those 10, videos that are automatically generated. No.
Yeah, who's going to? No.
I don't know. That's what I think. Patrick, hey, good to see you. Finally catching you live. Andre, Mr. Cameron Joke. Oh, Panavision 7050 trailer doing the rounds.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Mid-Journey. The future, AI dating, AI marriages, AI driving lessons, AI holidays. What's next? Personal discussion content will win out for sure. Morton, I'm not sure if you know of the Files channel, but I really enjoyed how they use AI generated content in their videos, but generally skeptical.
I haven't heard of it, but I'd be interested to see a way that you enjoy it being used, what that looks like.
Generative AI for the win, says Jeremy. Bond. Oh, he was reprogrammed.
Oh, the Terminator.
It was he.
Arnold was old tech and was reprogrammed.
Oh.
Watch the movie again. I just can't. I've never been a Terminator boy.
Seen it? Yeah, I think
the thing I used to like was at Universal Studios they had a 3D version of Terminator 2, and it was really fun. Like the whole theater would move and it was 3D and stuff. But it always laughed me because they'd be like, "It's Terminator 2 3D," and it was like the most awkward timing of how they would say it.
Why is this the thing that you remember? Why?
Because it was funny. I don't know. Terminator 2 3D.
That's like the most Tom thing ever. Arnold was old tech under the program. You guys really need to rewatch the first 2 Terminator movies. I really don't think I saw them.
I definitely have, but not for ages.
With some ice cream.
Now that sounds good.
Could be persuaded. Something that does worry me, having just spent 4 years in rehab from brain injury, I read that health services are using AI for their diagnosis and care. Do you find that worrying?
I mean, your family's in healthcare.
I want to say no. I feel like if there's anything worrying about the healthcare service industry, it's not AI, in my opinion.
I mean, there's a lot to worry about. I feel like for something like that, like being in rehab for a brain injury, I want an expert doing my treatment.
I know, but there's so many things like
for the low-level stuff where I just need some antibiotics for something, please, just have the
scan the thing, it's just tell me what it is.
Like in The Expanse when they have
there's a way that you can make it, make it cheaper for me. Yeah, hell yeah. Let me go to the AI, why is health insurance so expensive?
I think there's low-level stuff where I would be okay with it, but there's high-level stuff where I would not be okay with it.
Brain injury, obviously that has very lasting impacts, right? Or anything that's very, very serious, that's where I would be worried. But I think,
I guess the other thing I think of is I think all of us have had the experience of trying to explain something to be true about your own body to a doctor and them not agreeing with you. Yeah. Where maybe if there was just a thing that could just do, it would. Yeah.
I had to go to the ER because basically I had an infection. I knew that's what it was. But then, of course, when you go to the ER, they want to do all the freaking tests. It was during COVID. It ended up costing $4,000 or something.
To get a
antibiotic.
Z-pack of antibiotics. Yeah.
And I was like, this is dumb. This is so dumb. Let's see. Over time, human made will prevail, but AI might destroy the foundation for some time. A foundation for income. Arnold as in I'll be back. That's Terminator.
Yeah.
Right? The Expanse. Excellent reference.
Yes, such a great series.
Expanse
book
is so
and
good.
movie or shows.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel the
craving.
The handles craving and you fading.
Am I fading? I don't feel like I'm fading.
The 2 p.m.
Oh, I mean, but I don't know. Emotionally, I'm good.
You're into the AI.
Well, I mean, I'm into like our discussion. We're talking about the Expanse.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, how do you want to wrap it up, Tom?
How would an AI? Let me see.
How would an AI?
How do we end this podcast? I mean, there's nothing to wrap up. This is our discussion. Their Geekanoid said the same thing. It's just there's no conclusion. Like, we solved it, guys.
I mean, there's nothing to solve. I think, like, I think the thing that's really important is to not just read headlines, but to have these discussions of, especially both sides, right? People who create content, who make money off of creating content, and people who consume that content. Like, I feel like these.
Yeah. In one of the videos I did that had the AI voiceover sponsor, somebody left a thing. I think we might have even talked about it on a past episode, but they commented and they were like, "I like your channel," and there was a whole paragraph why they absolutely hated the sponsor thing. And and they had they're an actor, they have a history and like voice acting, and they were like talking about taking jobs and stuff, and they disagreed very diplomatically, even though it was passionate, it was very diplomatically. So it was like, cool, we can actually have a discussion. And I explained where I was coming from. I'm like, in these situations, obviously this stuff can be used badly, but the situations I'm trying to make people like aware of it for, that I think it's been valuable, because that's where I've been. It's an AI, like there's no actor losing a job because it was never there was never going to be an actor.
It wasn't
hired.
an option. Yeah.
It was never an option. It's literally like,
you're not taking away somebody's potential job.
Yeah, you're reducing the total overload work stress on someone who's probably not equipped to do this kind of thing, but it is now assigned to do it.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing there. And at the end, it was literally like, they didn't agree with me, I didn't agree with them, but both of it was like, my last comment was something along the lines of, I'm really glad we had this discussion so that I can share my side of it, you can share your side of it, and we can both keep sharing these sides so that we like, I think both sides are important.
Perspectives, yeah. Yeah, to be able to have that dialogue, I think, is really important. AI for healthcare could be a huge plus for digging out edge cases and present options and info for a human to then evaluate, kind of like when a doctor discusses cases with other doctors. Yeah, that we all go to Google first anyway. Hey, I have a spot or I'm feeling a pain, like, like I think it'd be cool. I think that's actually like a thing. I don't know. Just to be clear, I said old tech as a short, easy description. I know that description is probably not liked by Terminator lovers. Our newest cool old tech, like VCR cameras. With AI stock images and videos so easy and cheap now, I have yet to use them though.
Yeah, because even regardless of price for those things personally, like stock images and stock
we never
footage,
use them anyway.
Like, even high quality human made stuff. It's like, I'm not, if I didn't make it, I'm not interested in it. Yeah. Not everyone can do it, but I would say, I guess, I don't know, wrap this up maybe, but there's a lot of times, maybe in this past year or two, it really seemed trendy to get stock footage, especially because it became so easy to license stock footage. Like, you're not necessarily buying a clip, but you're buying a subscription to somewhere. And you can get good stuff. And it almost seemed like people thought I have to put stock footage. And so you watch a tutorial or something, or a talking head video, and there's so much stock footage that just does not match, like the quality, the style, the people in it, like don't match anything. And you're just like, why am I suddenly watching like,
and then it has the race soup.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have to have one of each, Yeah,
like I mean, I was watching a channel from an African American creator who was talking about something, and the B-roll was of an Asian woman, and I was like, is this you? Who is this? Like, what is happening? Why? I don't. And it like contextually, it just, in terms of basic editing continuity, it doesn't it doesn't make sense. It's like in a movie, if someone turns a corner and they're wearing a different coat, like
right.
something just throws you off.
Yeah.
So I felt like in a lot of cases, AI or not, you just didn't need to do it. Now that it's so easy, I feel like people might go like, oh yeah, just put B-roll for everything. And I would just Whether it's AI or not, I would like, what is the purpose? Do you actually even need it in the first place?
Exactly. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Like, does it make your video better?
Life lesson.
I don't know. Also, AI voice is very helpful for non-native English speaking people. I know some who use AI voice who are not confident.
See, that's a good point. And there's also that thing too. It's the new thing where like YouTube will dub your voice into other languages.
Oh my gosh!
And people are upset about that.
In my voice, that's kind of cool.
I don't know. I'm not sure the detail, but it's something like that. And some people are upset about that. And for me, that's actually one where I'm like, I don't care, because
if you could help me reach more people,
because I'm not making a video that's in those languages, so that it is nothing. You can get my captions, and hopefully they can be translated, and that's the best you can get. If you can hear me in a way that like is at least as accurate as the captions, but you can listen instead of, well, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Don't redo it in English, obviously, but
don't take my content, re-upload it with now the Spanish, AI.
Or don't have YouTube like, would you like to, how it's like you can choose like YouTube generated captions or user uploaded captions. Like, no, like just keep my regular English voice. Don't overdub that. But other languages, honestly, that helps because I'm not doing that. So
I feel like I just hated on someone's favorite camera from that 1984.
Oh my gosh, I just watched a thing about how popular old cameras are now. I didn't realize, I've always liked them, but I guess with the kids on the TikToks and the Instagrams and stuff, old tape cameras are like so insanely popular to the point where like used prices on eBay and stuff are going through the roof.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh sweet, because I have a bunch of videos about this old stuff I want to make, and I'm like,
this is who is missing from the couples table. We need like a Gen Z.
Well, it's not a trio though.
Huh?
It's not a couple; it's a trio.
No, in the discussion, because I feel like everyone's like relatively our age, like in the same like generation.
Well, sometimes like Bailey shows up.
Yeah.
So when Bailey's here, it counts.
I'm curious. You're born into a world with AI. You're born into a world with Google and YouTube.
It's all bad news bears.
I feel like, here's how we're closing it. I follow, or it pops up because it goes viral on my Instagram. There's like old commercials of things like new tech from 80s
the clapper
and 90s or whatever. Yeah. And then there's this one that's come up multiple times where it's like, corded phones are such a nuisance. And this is just this like mom in a kitchen. She's like trying to hold the phone like this and then spilling whatever dinner she's making and whatever. And I think the thing is like a headphone that you put the thing in and it like goes here. And it's just like, it's funny because it's just like you could,
It's like an astronaut's helmet that you mount your phone into. It just looks insane.
But like her like frustration contrasted with her like, yeah. But that's kind of how I feel with AIs right now. It's like such a novelty that's like, slap it on everything. It's just like, whoa, it's gonna solve all your problems and it's gonna fade. Eventually it's gonna be like, all right, what's actually sticking? Like what are we actually using?
That's definitely like everything has been thrown at the wall. What is gonna stick and what's gonna fall off?
Yeah,
and we're in that phase now where the wall is just covered.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Now I'm picturing Tao's video in French. Oh, man.
I would watch that.
Paul says, anyone else got AI fatigue?
Oh.
I don't know if I have fatigue. But I also don't seek it out, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't seek it out.
Yeah. I've watched a couple of videos where the language is dubbed into English. Cool, but the dictation and pacing felt very artificial. I'm still willing for my videos to be translated, though.
Yeah, because that is a case where it's that or nothing, so why not?
Canon left lenses during the pandemic for free because they couldn't give them away. Now they're selling at a premium.
Oh, those are Canon's old film lenses for their old film cameras.
Wow.
That makes total sense.
I am the grandpa in the chat. When I started, I was using S-Video camcorder for my videos and importing it in real time. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, S-Video is the high-quality analog video because you have the red, yellow, white RCA cables.
Yeah.
But S-Video is like a higher resolution analog video. So some nicer cameras.
Was that the fourth cable? Because I remember
sometimes it almost looks like almost looks like a small XLR cable, but there's like a lot of pins in there.
Yes. Oh my god, I remember that.
That's S-Video, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Imagine crazy every single time someone makes a Google search, just in case someone can go out of business. Everyone needs to adjust. Real-time importing is not something I miss.
No, me either. A video I want to make actually is Mr. Camera Junkie has one too. I bought a little. It wasn't even very expensive, like $30. It's a little recorder made for FPV drones, but I want to see if I can basically just slap it onto the side of one of my old cameras and record to a memory card instead of a tape. So then you could use the old camera, but you don't have to do the real-time importing. You don't have to buy tapes. You don't have to manage that workflow.
Real-time
is
importing,
not fun.
my gosh.
Yeah, you record a 45-minute video, and how long it's going to take to import? 45 minutes.
Oh.
And then if something goes wrong halfway through, yeah. And you just have one big file, it's the whole thing.
All right. That was fun.
Time to clear a table.
And
then actually time to add to the table with some ice cream. Which, by the way, now I can go to Handles and just ask for the Tom special.
We're at that point.
Yeah. And the best thing, actually, is the other day they saw our car drive by to go into the drive-thru, but another car had come from a different direction and gone in, and it was like an older person, and we heard them at the drive-thru
they were
oh, you getting the Tom special or whatever? And the person was like, what are you talking about? What is this? What do I get? Because they thought it was us. And we just heard the whole thing, so we messed up somebody's.
It was really cute, though.
Yeah,
all right.
It's really funny.
And with that said, guys, we'll catch you next week.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Wait, did I cut you off your intro?
I don't know.
Outro?
Have a safe, happy, fun rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.